Hi angels, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to be doing messages from Lord Lucifer. Please subscribe, like and comment. Check the description if you would like to book anything with me. I also want to say thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited to have a lot of you on the channel. Please like and comment, it really does help. So we have pile 1, pole 2, the middle, you are the sun, and then pole 3, you are the deck with the cat. Okay, pole 1, you are this deck with the sun. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your messages from Lord Lucifer. So look, I feel like there is something here regarding you needing to being your authentic self. Okay, now the back of this card deck obviously has the sun, and I feel like it's really about you illuminating as your authentic self. That is his message for you, I feel like, right? Just being in your authentic self, in your authentic energy, learning to be yourself in uncomfortable situations. Wow, I feel like my third eye just opened then. Okay, I feel like you are surrounded by people that you don't necessarily like or you don't feel the most comfortable in. Now, trigger warning for some of you, I do sense deep trauma here around people. Okay, for all of you it's going to be different, part 1, but I feel for the most part it is a lot deeper, this trauma, and it comes from a form of feeling unsafe around people, feeling let down around people, feeling uncomfortable around people. And I feel like right now you are being guided to literally be your fucking true self, despite the circumstance, despite everything that is not right in your life. He is calling on you just being who the fuck you are and being good at it as well, being good at being yourself. And I feel as though, I don't know if things are going to go wrong, right? He's saying like, you know, like how people say, oh, like it's the devil, like 3 is a bad number, like it comes in threes, right? That is what I'm hearing him say. Like I'm hearing him say it comes in threes, or there is some form of bad luck here associated when it comes to people. Maybe there's 3 people around you at this time as well, right? I'm actually going to take this one and that one because it fell out, right? But I feel as though you may notice like things go wrong, and you know what, I just tapped my deck 3 times then as well. I don't know if you're noticing things go wrong, or things just like when you're not being your authentic self just don't go smoothly. You need to get out of that habit of things not going smoothly for you because you are trying to put up a wall, or you're trying to put up a perception. Maybe you're very invested in other people's opinions around you as well, right? But I feel like he is like really calling on like, hey, like just be you, just be you, let things flow the way that they need to. And I feel like as you do that, it's going to allow you to have this like strength within you, and you actually have the strength card here, right? But it's going to allow you to have this kind of light. I'm seeing like fireflies, you know how they're just naturally light, right? They're drawn towards the light. You're going to be able to attract new things, new people. You're going to be able to just up level when it comes to self. And I feel like this is what it is. There is something here around something in the pit of your stomach. Now I am seeing the moon, okay, half of a moon. I don't know if it's to do with like identity, because like firstly the sacral identity work, okay, making sure that you're being true to yourself, you're understanding who you are. There is one thing here around bad aspects of yourself, let them go. Who told you they were bad? Who told you being yourself was bad? But secondly, I don't know if you have been dealing with some kind of deception, or I don't know, like I said, things in threes, right? I don't know if he's warning maybe about bad luck as well, or like there is going to be some bad news. Sorry, I didn't mean to say bad luck, but you know, who knows, right? There is something around like your intuition screaming at you. And I feel like he's saying you may notice, right? We're going to take that one. you're going to notice this feeling of sorrowness, of like having a bad stomach or having like something like stab at you from within. You're going to feel sick when you are not being true to yourself, okay? And for some of you, I sense a conversation around people coming in, or a lot of people that like to do a lot of this, right? There's a lot coming up for your pile here. But I feel as though like if you don't speak up, or you don't trust your intuition, however that represents for you in the moment, sometimes we have to speak up. Sometimes it's better to be in our power and to be in silence, right? But I feel like he's saying, like, when you don't speak up for things that you want, when you don't feel like your true self, you feel like you're putting up a facade, you're going to feel this sickness within you. And eventually, like, you are just going to feel very disconnected from self. I feel like they're saying the root as well, okay? That our first house, when we don't feel connected to who we truly are, when we don't feel safe to be ourselves around people, we ain't going to be able to manifest. We're constantly going to be in this cycle of hating ourselves. Now, I want you to look at the imagery on this strength card, because it's literally like everything that he is saying, right? This bad image, or turning your back on things that are really oppressing you, things that are on the back of your mind, in the bottom of your intuition. Again, I am getting this feeling of like, you know, when you're like so anxious that you literally feel your stomach drop. It's like bad news, or it's like I'm getting a telling off. For some of you, maybe you are around someone growing up, or in your life there is someone that mirrors to you this bad feeling of shame, of guilt. Again, maybe it comes to like counterparts, I'm hearing as well, connecting with others in a maybe sexual way, feeling a lack of intimacy, or you can't be intimate because of the traumas that you've been through. I'm not going to go into them, but you can gather right from what I'm saying. That like negative feeling you need to shed, and I feel like it comes from facing yourself. Now, for some of you, it's self-concept. You need to learn to start embodying and changing the way that you think the world fucking views you. The world does not view you in a bad way. You are viewing yourself in a bad way. Despite those people, okay, that are coming in, you need to cut the emotional cord with people that don't mirror something of light to you, or something that actually brings you joy and happiness, right? And I feel like it's all about you just getting in tune with yourself. The color black seems very prominent for you, Pile 1, okay? And I feel like it's mirroring this energy of even the devil card here, right? Again, just this feeling of attachment. You're literally cutting the cord with things, a lot of different stuff that just don't mirror good energy for you. So look, yeah, look how precise this energy is in the card, right? What did I say about, like, in the beginning, needing to be your authentic self around people? There is something around people that are really mirroring like bad behaviors to you, or they're mirroring a lot of the things that you need to cut off, because you feel attacked by people, you feel attached to them, you just feel like without other people you can't really be yourself, right? You look for validation to people's opinions. You are constantly like needing people, or you're kind of manifesting with this energy of people behind you. You can't truly be a creative unless it means like being in vibration to other people. And I think that you are really learning to stand up and being yourself. You're learning independence, and for some of you it may be independence for the first time ever. For others it may be a new level of independence, right? Seeing that, okay, I have attachment to these people, or I have attachment issues because a lot of the way that I am operating is based on other people and the way that they dictate my life. And you need to cut this out, honey. You need to cut this out, because it is not serving you. And honestly, for your pile, I don't know why, I just feel uncomfortable, right? I feel uncomfortable, and it's actually very hot in the UK today, right? Or it's very muggy at least. So, you know, I feel uncomfortable already because I'm warm. But then I'm thinking of Lucifer and the archetype of hell, and like that uncomfortability of the heat, right? You are literally purging out a lot of the old foundations. The Three of Pentacles wants to pop out, okay? You're breaking down the old foundation that doesn't work, that doesn't bring you happiness, that doesn't bring you abundance. And I actually feel like he's saying, like, go and do some type of sauna, or a sauna would benefit you, literally. Purging out with heat is really going to help you. Or maybe it's like crazy hot wherever you are. Right, but I am seeing like him say, like, even in the shower, like, set your intention, purge out with some sort of heat right now, allow it to literally just boil from you. I'm seeing someone, like, it kind of gives me you know, like the Joker and Harley, how she jumps into that big, like, poisonous acidic thing, right, that bowl, right, or whatever it is, that tank, I guess. I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing like you come out and it's like your skin is acid, it's boiling off, it's like just purging out every negative thing, everything that hasn't been serving you. And I'm actually seeing you lie in bed and you're gonna have a realization. Could be through a dream here as well, right? Pay attention to your dreams. Literally, like, this reminds me of like the dream realm, right? Dreams coming to manifestations, or having this access between worlds to change your circumstance. But I'm seeing like you're gonna have something manifest from a dream, or you're gonna have this realization in bed, like where you have been holding yourself back. And it's just like the ideas are gonna flow to you in a new way. It's going to be very cleansing, very uplifting. So I feel like with the Three of Pentacles, right now he is saying that you are going to be shedding something and you're going to be up-leveling a business. Some of you are learning still to be in your power when it comes to being independent. Maybe this is like saving money as well, or really learning to just like put your energy, like the right energy around a business, to like form a new business, to form a new version of yourself as well. Maybe a lot of you want to be financially free. You just want to be the version that you think about in your head, right? You want to be this great version. You see so many people up leveling their life and you want access to it as well. But I feel like he is saying, firstly, you need to detach when it comes to other people. Anything that chains you, hun, okay? Anything that you just feel like literally holds on to you, he is saying like you need to shed, especially if you want to live a free life. If you want to live a free life, you have to move in a free way, right? That comes with money, that comes with the way that we move forwards in life, the way that we deal with people, right? We're not attached to certain things, right? I feel like you need to free yourself, free your emotions. Like, you are going through a huge fucking purge. And it's funny because the full moon, whenever you see this is timeless, but there has just been a full moon that has passed here. So you would think like you would have purged, but I actually feel like we're going through another huge purging, and it's going to shatter a lot of perceptions and like ideologies that we have about so many things, but more importantly about ourselves, okay? Because I feel like you haven't been being true to yourself, or you are limiting yourself by allowing people around you to limit who you are, to oppress who you are. It's like he's saying, you don't do yourself justice here, right? The Emperor is here in reverse. You are constantly focused on why you're not good enough. And you may even be in this energy of like up-leveling yourself, up-leveling your skills constantly. You're constantly trying to up-level self. But I actually feel like he's saying, maybe you just need to be yourself. Maybe you need to just be who you are right now. Maybe for once you don't need to nitpick at yourself, because you may do this because of this trauma response, because of people who have come into your life and literally fucked it up, right? Deceptive people, the magician, people with illusions, people who haven't shown their true colors to you, who have been very sneaky, who have gotten away with things, okay? Especially the magician. He's a trickster. He can get away with things. Someone who hurt you, who, and again, trigger warning, who performed some kind of trauma to your body specifically, don't think that that has gone lightly. Lord Lucifer is saying, don't think it's gone lightly. Don't think that he isn't there haunting this person as well. He is not there limiting this person as well. This person wanted to, I don't know if like you have people around you, right, who believe in this like ideology of like God is God, the devil is devil, right? Like, oh, like the devil will always come in with these bad thoughts. Now, there are many forms of Lucifer, obviously, and if you are here watching this video, you may know this. So your perception may be different to my perception and whatever else, but I'm seeing that this person that has hurt you, or people around you with this religious archetype, are also in ego. So don't think that just because they preach that means that they're right and you're wrong, or that means that you are right because you understand one aspect of the devil and they are wrong. I find that Lucifer is like of many different forms, right? He teaches us about many different forms, and what you think is right or what is teaching you one week is not what is teaching you the next. Let me tell you, I've learnt this, right? And I love that as well. But I feel like if there is someone who has been doing wrong or has been trying to play this like, oh, the devil is bad card, trust me, he is there haunting this person's dreams. And maybe it's not him physically all the time. Maybe it's also this person's guilt that there is. Maybe it's this person's guilt as well that is behind the scenes, that is manifesting, right? So I just wanted to put that out there for someone who wanted that confirmation. So I'm going to leave you with one more because I feel like we've spoken quite a lot. But I feel like his final messages to you right now is about trusting your intuition. You're going through a lot of spiritual lessons at this time, okay? And I feel like he is saying this journey feels very isolating to you. You feel very alone sometimes, and you may have a tendency to hate yourself, okay? There is, we saw the Emperor as well in reverse. And this is telling me this could be a father wound of like self-hatred, a father hating themselves, or something where you're hating yourself, people around you are hating themselves as well. There is this inflicted wound, maybe generationally as well, where you are like healing this, or you're choosing to shed this, right? And you're doing it as you're purging of hating yourself and being bound by others. Okay, it is a wound that has been afflicted for many generations, actually. I feel like he's saying in many past lives, where people have hated themselves in your family, or you have carried this wound of hating yourself, or because of the traumas that you've been through, you weren't allowed to fully grow and progress. But I feel like the more that you trust your intuition, that you trust the insights that you have, you are going to be able to shed this. You have the power to be a high priestess, to be in your power, to trust your intuition, to trust who you are. But I feel like until you really shed this idea of needing other people, or constantly having this perception of I'm going to be alone forever, I'm never going to be able to be in a relationship, right, because of these traumas, until you shed that ideology, you're always going to feel stuck. So I feel like it's a process for you to unlearn those old traumas, okay? And one thing he's saying is being gentle with yourself, especially where trauma is concerned. It is not easy, but you have the power to change your life around. And I feel like the more that you build trust within yourself, the more that you climb up this ladder, not just within a business, right? Through the imagery of this card, you can grow through life. And again, I feel like it's all about having a good base before you can grow, a good base of self. So know that you are growing into your power. There is some repeating patterns and past mistakes that you will need to learn and go through, but he is saying that it is a process. So just go with it. I love and appreciate you. I hope that was helpful. Okay, pile 2, you are this Sun card. Let's go ahead and take a little look at your messages from Lord Lucifer. So let's take a look. So I feel like just firstly from this card alone, right, the color yellow is really calling on you, okay, to bring you liberation, empowerment. The Sun card as a whole is just a lot of positive light, okay. I'm actually seeing him, wow, I see like a line in the sky, right? There's something around Aquarius, okay, or maybe a full moon in Aquarius. This video is timeless, so let me know the dates whenever you see this, right? But I'm seeing like maybe around a full moon in Aquarius, there is something around shifting into a new reality. Like I'm seeing in the sky right now a line, and the sky is literally parted, right? Kind of looks like this. It's parted though, and there is something new that is coming through. And I feel like right now you're setting a flame to something, is what I'm seeing in my vision. Okay, when it comes to a perception around your life, or when it comes to not adding value to self. Now I actually felt inner child was significant here. You are moving into the vibration of following your joy, your love, your passion. Okay, something fun is going to be at the center of your life coming up. Okay, let's see, what are his messages? He's showing me the color purple as well, right? So your intuition, your psychic senses, there is something about metaphysics, okay? The metaphysical aspects of astrology that you need to look into. You need to learn more about shifting realities or quantum jumping. There could be something that could be significant in you helping grow, helping you shift, whatever else, right? Now he's showing me the mountain, so look, the sky seems very prominent here, okay? The sky seems very prominent for you. This is telling me that you are about to have a lot of new beginnings. We have the Fool here as well. Literally, how perfect is that in alignment? There is just something about your world that is shifting. And you know what? I am going to share something, because I am seeing the mountains, and something that he said to me today during my own session with him, right? Was that the mountain is... it's very beautiful. And I think that, you know, mountains represent obstacles, right? And we see mountains as things that we don't want to climb up. We don't want to overcome that obstacle, that mountain. And sometimes mountains just get this ideology of like, I don't want to do this, right? Or something that is going to be tough. And sometimes it can be tough. But there is something beautiful that he showed me about the mountain earlier in my vision. And it was that you could see at the top of the mountain what was to come. You could see all aspects around you. And he even showed me, like, sometimes when there are so many clouds above a mountain, sometimes you can't see. Sometimes you get clouded in your own judgment, right? You get clouded in your own energy. You like to be isolating. But people often fear what they see as like point of view, right? Instead of experiencing. And there was something so empowering as he brought me atop of this mountain that really truly showed me that, like, I actually felt like way more connected when I was on this mountain, because I was just experiencing and I was willing to see something in a different way. So I feel like there is maybe a mountain or an obstacle in your life that you need to see in a different way. You really need to shift your perspective, and instead of like looking at this mountain as something that is daunting, see it as something that is going to literally change your life. It's something that empowers you. It is something that you look forward to. And it's not just about this mountain, right? But it's about everything that you do from now on. Be in the present moment. Allow yourself to show up, you know. Now, there is something that is coming through around, I'm sure it's a TikTok sound as well, but like, beautiful things don't something, right? Beautiful things don't call themselves ugly, or they don't sit in ugly energy. But what he's saying to me is like, you don't look at the sky and think that looks fucking ugly, right? And I think that you need to have this perception about yourself. You need to have this perception about things that maybe you fear, or just life as a whole, right? Because I feel like maybe you're a bit lost in illusion at this time, or you're in this place of feeling like you can't overcome something, but truly you can, okay? So let me just get one more oracle card. Okay, amazing. I am hearing the words Brother Bear, okay? So maybe you need to go and watch Brother Bear, or there could be some messages for you in them, or ask for a movie, okay? You could also look at the spiritual meaning of bears. But these are the cards that you've got firstly. So yes, you're moving into new energy. Again, I feel like you're very stuck on something at this time, or you're really trying very hard to overcome your obstacles. You're trying to make a way forwards for yourself. But I feel like you're doing it in such a isolating way, or you're doing it in a place of like safety and fear. It's like you're operating out of emotions that aren't serving you at this time, okay? And then we have Brother Raccoon, a safe place for you to go. So I feel like it's time for you to start seeing your life in a safe way. You are operating out of safety, out of survival at this time as well. You are doing everything possible to be in this fight or flight mode, and he wants you to get out of it. Because again, it feels like he's going to war, or he has to prepare himself for something. But I feel like you need to have a more chilled back approach, right? He's saying just like have a chilled back approach. Do things when you want to do them. Don't feel pressured by society to act and be a certain way. And maybe this is your inner child at this time as well, right? Again, with that Sun card, right? We'll keep this out just in case. Again, the Wheel of Fortune, right? There is something around just being this natural inner child, and just like going with the flow. Like, what is today? You know how like toddlers and infants and just like children in general, they operate with vibes, right? Because they have no responsibility. Now, I'm not saying that you can't, you know, be mature, or you shouldn't have responsibilities, because if we could all be our inner children right now, or we had that switch, I'm sure a lot of us would switch a lot of the times, or even change. But there is some aspect of your life that you need to just have a bit more of a loving and easy approach, because you're going to find you get everything that you want in a more easy way. Okay, you're gonna find more joy when you just experience, when you are the sun, when you embrace what is coming towards you, rather than looking at things as I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to get started with this, you know. Like, I feel like he just wants you to be yourself in a sense, right? And I feel like maybe you had to always overcome, or always be in survival, because you never had someone that made you feel safe, or you never had parents that really operated from a place of safe haven. And you know, one thing I saw once, I was on TikTok just scrolling, and I saw someone's TikTok live, and I remember them saying like, your parents should be your first house, literally should be your first house, your first place of safe haven. And if you didn't get that growing up, like, and a lot of people don't, you notice it in yourself, in the way that your characteristics change, in the way that you move. So maybe you didn't receive that safe haven, but maybe that is even more of a reason to create a form of safety in yourself, to create joy in yourself over the things that you feel like you missed out on. Some of you had a sibling, or you were an older sibling. You had, again, a lot of responsibility to look after others, right? And sometimes the Nine of Wands gives me like a very discarded energy, right? Someone who like has gone through all these battles, but like at the end of the day, did anyone ever like thank that person? Did anyone ever appreciate what that person did? Were they ever acknowledged or asked, are you okay? Thank you. Sometimes we're not, and that's not okay. But I feel like you have the power to change your circumstance. So yeah, you are going to be ending something that hasn't been serving you. We have the Death card, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Wands in reverse, okay? You are ending something that doesn't serve you. And it is this fear, or this energy of sitting in limitations, limiting everything that you even want in life. It is time to change something up, okay? I feel like this wants to be up right now. But I feel like you are holding on to things, or holding on to old wounds, people. This like fear of like losing something, or losing yourself even. Fear of failure, the Four of Pentacles always gives me as well. Whatever you were scared of losing, or you're scared of just not being enough for, you are going to become. But I feel like you need to shed this energy that doesn't serve you. okay? It is time to let go of a part of this energy. Some of you, it's fear of money as well, or not feeling like you have grown up in the correct way, right? Not feeling like you fully got to experience your childhood and now you're thrown into adulthood, or your parents, yourself, and it's like this cycle of constantly being the one that has to be there for everyone else, or has to be this very serious and like, you know, person that has it all together, but you don't have it all together. So I feel as though, luck, you see, you need to release something and you need to allow yourself to align with new energy, okay? This is like manifestations that are ready to come in for you, or some of you are wanting a new beginning here. The number 111 always gives me new doors opening, okay? Again, a new reality. You are shifting a lot of characteristics, a lot of old foundations and routines, and you're going to create something new. And you know what? You are the sun, so you are going to attract everything that you need. But what I'm hearing is you need to take a risk on something here. I know the Knight of Cups doesn't necessarily resemble that in terms of meaning, but I am hearing like you need to take a risk on something, or you need to like do something new. You need to experience, right? You need to like do like your creative energy in a new way. You need to spark new ideas here within. You need to have new emotional connectivity with yourself, because I feel like just the way that you are shedding these feelings and this energy that doesn't serve you anymore, these patterns, right, that were created from limitation, as you are shedding that, you are going to literally receive like new people, new energy, new community. You're going to just feel a lot more lighter, okay? But I feel like it needs to come from something. It needs to come from you letting this go and then just like creating in a new way, you know, trying that thing that you've been holding back on, or investing that money, you know, seeing yourself as someone who's very abundant. There is a lot of long-term success that you have access to, right? But I often find, especially like when this energy is coming in, that it's a process to get to this. And I feel like as well with that Knight of Cups, something is gonna maybe sometimes be a bit slow, or you need to allow life to flow when it comes to money. You are going to change an outcome though of a situation, whether it's that you want to be surrounded by new love, new people, new community. You are going to start setting intentions to do so. But I feel as though if you are constantly like sitting with your hands full and you're saying like, I have nothing, right? Or I'm constantly this, constantly that. My past has done this. If you don't make peace with your past and start being in the present moment, you're going to miss out on so much of your life. And this is what it is. You're bringing yourself back to the present moment, he is saying. I love and appreciate you. I hope that was helpful. Okay, pole 3. You are this star card with the cat. Let's go ahead and see what his messages for you are. So look, I don't know what it is about your energy, but all I can feel is like trauma, like unfairness, okay? Someone who's in a foundation that doesn't really add growth to their life, okay? And I feel as though you are someone who is actually in the process, or you're someone who has done work around self-concept or working on themselves, shadow work, okay? You are definitely someone that, you know, has been working towards something. But I think what I pick up for you is depression or some form of darkness here, right? This is someone who has been stuck in the same situation for a very long time, that just desperately wants their manifestations to come in. They want change, but it's like, are things really changing, you know? I feel like you're very grateful though, okay? Gratitude is coming up for you. Let's see, what are the messages from Lord Lucifer here? I am hearing addictions, okay? So you got the strength as well. Pile 1 got the strength. What is that one? The Magician. So there seems to be a lot of navigating here for you, okay? Navigation around money, around like a manifestation, things that you want. I feel like right now you're in this place of like trying to turn your life around, okay? You want to form a new connection with yourself, whether it's through making more money, whether it's through just like being and feeling connected. You just really want something that empowers your life. And this is what I feel. You are someone who is dedicated, like you're literally willing to try out every manifestation, to do the journaling work. You've done all that stuff. You just want something that is yours. And maybe, you know, I sense this energy of desperation, not to say you're desperate, but it's like that is what it feels like. It feels like someone who is constantly looking at the stars and waiting for the right time. But I feel as though he's coming through and saying, you can't wait for it anymore. You have to become it. And I think that you are about to turn your life around in a new way. You're about to connect with yourself in a new way through self-concept work, through understanding that it's possible for you the moment that you release the chains that you have around yourself. The moment that you look up to the moon and you release, okay, what is keeping you oppressed? What is keeping you limited? What is keeping you in a place of scarcity, of not being enough? You are a lone wolf and you need to embrace that. And you do not see cats, let me tell you, you do not see cats like needing someone's permission to walk out the door, right? If they're an outdoor cat, that is. I mean, sometimes with their owner technically, right? But cats don't like wait for like all the other cats in the neighborhood to move, right? Unless it's a social thing, right? Unless it's like a connectivity thing. Some cats are very loving and they like the support, they like to be clingy, right? But in this aspect, you just don't see them like needing permission or needing to wait to be told where to go. They just move. They just fucking move. And you are a black sheep, a lone wolf, okay? The goat, however you want to acknowledge yourself, you are you, and it's an empowerment. And you need to get out of this energy of waiting for people, waiting for something, a sign to come in. Now, I love you, okay? I love you. I know some of you are very much like, I'm going to wait till, you know, for the divine and the universe to handle this, for God to handle this. I love that for you. But remember that we have access to free will for a reason. We make decisions every day. So why not make decisions that are going to benefit us? Why not make decisions that are going to uplift us and bring us what we want today? And it is okay to be both light and dark. I don't know why I feel to mention that, but I do. It's okay to be both light and dark. Sometimes I'm always in like divine faith, like my angels have got me, I'm waiting, I'm patient. And there are other times where that doesn't work for me, but I take the power back by understanding myself and I get what I want instantly. You need to have a balance sometimes. But I feel like for you, you have constantly felt alone. You do not feel connected to your family at all. You are someone who, and I just saw this beautiful butterfly in the sky. And you know what's funny? It was black. The butterfly was black, or it looks very dark because of the light going down, right? But there is something about like your hidden energy here. Like you only allow yourself to come to light when you feel empowered or when you feel like it's possible for you. You need to get out of this energy of putting yourself in this cycle, especially if you find people around you put you in these chains, these cycles, these oppressions, he is saying, right? It is time for you to see yourself in a new way. Okay, it is time for you to free what other people are putting you under. And I feel like sometimes it's yourself, you put yourself under pressure, or you put yourself in this energy of always achieving, but never really fulfilling, right? And you may make money, okay, because the Six of Pentacles is here. So this is telling me upright, you've got some kind of financial abundance going on. If you haven't already, you will. But I feel like the problem here is like you're receiving. It's not that you don't know the universe is real, like I have support by my guides. It's that you are keeping yourself in the darkness, right? It is something where you're not allowing yourself to be vibrant. And the best way I can describe it is look at these energies, right? Look how like the cat is dark. The only light that it sees is the one that it's around. And look at this magician. He is the light. He is fruition. Look how vibrant that magician looks in comparison to this card. And I feel like you look for good things around you through money, through materialisms, maybe through what you think people like about you, what people are attracted to you by. You get lost in all that like material stuff. And you only associate goodness when you receive good energy. But what if you are good all the time? And I feel like it comes from being alone or having a lot of pressure. You are used to being in the dark for a long time because you felt so isolated. But I feel like the moon is illuminating something within you now. And it's not about you not receiving, it's about how you see yourself. Are you willing to be in the light? Because look, sometimes I am someone, like I said, I am someone of balance, light and dark. But sometimes when you are that dark feminine, dark masculine archetype, it is easy to sit in comfortability in the dark. But sometimes, and it took me a long time to understand this statement, but sometimes we aren't meant to be in the dark. We aren't supposed to be in the dark forever. The dark is supposed to transform us. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because I'm someone that embraces self, that is like very big on like having your own personality and being able to be whoever you want to be. I'm a big advocate for that, right? But I feel as though sometimes being in the darkness, we aren't willing to see ourselves in the light because we feel stuck or we feel comfortable to being in that darkness, right? Sometimes it's not always being a dark archetype. Maybe that's your personality, your style, where you have form the flames, right? As someone who is a daughter of Lilith as well, I'm so for that impelment in the darkness. But he's challenging, right? Even as the devil himself, or as they say, right? Remember that he has different forms, right? The devil is not necessarily the devil. You may have a different perception of him. There are many different forms of him, right? And that is something that he has definitely taught me. But what I will say is that he is challenging as that devil archetype to be in the light, to rise in your true form and to sit in your true form, to sit in the light. And I think that even though you have all this stuff around you, whether you have it or you feel like you don't, I feel like it's more about, are you willing to be connected to people? Are you willing to be part of someone that is loving? Because especially if we've grown up, right, in households that were dark, that were traumatic, we're so used to being around those type of people. When we see love, or we see like people who are actually positive, we're like, what? Like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't feel comfortable being around your energy. I don't feel comfortable about someone who is so light. Like, I don't trust, like, sometimes I don't trust people who are so light, airy fairy, because I'm like, babe, try to be in the darkness and see if you're higher than might then, right? But maybe that is the point. Maybe we are so used to our circumstance or to receiving in one way, we're not willing to grow. So I feel like what needs to grow now is not your environment, whether you feel like you have the money, whether you feel like you have the life that you want. I think what is going to truly have this like full-time, long-term expansion is when you see yourself as this light. And I'm actually seeing this black cat turn to like a ginger cat. Okay, it's like you turn to this light. You turn to this energy, right? Okay, sorry, loves. I had to make some room for storage. So basically what I'm trying to say is you can be light and dark, dark and light, right? Nothing is going to take away from your environment around you, but I feel like what is taking away from you is you, okay? So we have the Hermit here. I feel like what he is saying, that you need to go on some type of spiritual journey for self now, okay? It is not about like, how can I manifest this business, how I can manifest that. You need to be doing some self-concept work. You need to be strengthening the bond within you, okay? So look at the things that maybe you feel like you're struggling with. Is this coming from self? He's saying, okay, you need to revisit like true happiness within, okay? Maybe where loneliness comes from, where you have always been used to being the lone wolf. Is it now time to be a wolf that is a part of a pack, or that is now looking for people that are going to make you happy? Because I feel like if you don't, you are constantly going to be in this emotional suppression of being alone, when that is not all you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be someone that is connected to the emotions, connected to self. 10 of Cups, honey, okay? You are supposed to be someone that receives all, quite literally, right? You are supposed to have happiness, fulfillment, harmony with people, family, connections, relationships, everything that is going to bring you peace. And I feel like where you're at right now, there is something about your foundation being limited, like in terms of what you're seeing, environment. Maybe you want to move as well, and I feel like you are going to be able to move, but I feel like if your own perception of self can't even move, how are you supposed to move? It is time to up level self here, okay? Go and check out my pick a card where I talk about what is up leveling next for you as well. There could be some messages in there. Okay, but I feel like here, this is all about you really releasing the restless energy that you are not enough, that you are not going to receive, okay? Cats and dogs are going to be prominent for you, okay? There's something around pets here, the Temperance. So I feel like, look, right now, there is something about you just feeling stuck in your foundation. Maybe you know what it is? It feels like you've hit a dead end a little bit, okay? And I feel like you're trying to nourish yourself, but you are not addressing what is truly hurting you. And I think the moment that you address, like, just wanting more, or admitting to yourself, like, I have not been showing up for myself, I have not been looking after myself, or, you know, what can I do to self to really change my outcome? I think that you just need to be in this energy of the present moment. You need to be patient as well with what you're growing. But the Temperance is all about self-mastery. I am seeing a key in my vision, okay? So there are going to be new doors opening for you, or you have the power to really unlock your personal power. You're moving into the vibration of personal power, okay? Now I'm seeing skulls, and I'm seeing, like, it feels like, the best way I can describe it, you know, the Lion King, the elephant graveyard, right? I'm seeing that, but instead I'm seeing skulls. Maybe Hades is coming through a little bit as well, death energy, or there are death deities, okay? This reminds me of Hecate as well, right? Like goddess of witchcraft, the underworld, right? There is something about you moving from that elephant graveyard, and it's almost like you're gonna wake up and you're gonna see, like, literally, I've been sitting in this swamp, in this graveyard here. How can I form something new within self? And I feel like you're going to have this key around you. There is a bit of like a spiritual journey coming for you, right? This reminds me of like the journey ahead. There is a new journey, a new crossroads, a new doorway where you are going to be learning to put yourself first. You're going to be learning your personal power. And it has nothing to do with like the money around you, but everything that mirrors within you. Some of you, it's healing work, right? And not to say like, oh, more healing work, right? It's different. It's very different to just like needing to heal. It is more like this strength that is growing within yourself. You're going to become more confident. You're going to be pushed to take risks. It's almost like this lone wolf goes and literally finds her pack of wolves, right? You're going to be going through a bit of trial and error as well, right? But it's not like super bad. It's not like, oh my God, I just saw again another butterfly. It kind of looks like a huge moth, right? But it's like this journey, right, where it's like you're gonna take risks on things, you're gonna try something new, you're gonna put yourself around new people. It could be like a new job, a new relationship. You're going to be learning to navigate yourself around people, around the things that you think that you want as well, or the things that you just want to manifest. But it's like you're going to be tested. For example, if you want to be seen more, your confidence is going to be tested here. But it's not like a test where it's like you fail, you're done. No, it's about, okay, if I'm like, I can see I'm not as confident here, I am going to learn confidence. You're going to learn to put yourself in the light as well, and that is how you're going to receive more, and it's just going to come to you. Again, this light coming down, it reminds me of Chicken Little, right? When the alien finally crashes down and then out comes that little alien thing. It's like it's just gonna come to you out of nowhere, and you're lying in this graveyard and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But you're all of a sudden gonna be on this journey of figuring out yourself. And when it comes to wolves, I've been watching the Vampire Diaries recently, right? And I'm on the episode, if you know, you know, if you don't, this makes no sense. But I'm on the episode where like they're figuring out like werewolves exist. And just thinking of that energy now actually with this wolf girl, it's like werewolves, they have to discover themselves. They have to learn their strengths to be able to be vulnerable under the moon. And this is where you are. You're navigating this energy of being vulnerable, he is saying, but also learning to see new things, to develop your strength within. There is something about your heart here. And this, like, I can't explain it other than it's a different type of journey. It is not your typical healing. You need to do shadow work. It feels like it's more a journey, okay? Journey to self, back to self. It's almost as if like it's more through experience than anything. So you could find yourself traveling here. You could find yourself just even in like different spiritual dimensions, right? But I feel like you are going to have a different taste of life in your journey depending on where you are. It may cause some disruptions with people around you. There is also something about an inheritance here, okay, that is owed to you, or someone is going to gift you an inheritance. I know that sounds a bit like that doesn't sound like me. Maybe just trust the process on that, right? And allow time to tell you what is going to come. But there is something here that is forming, and it's new, it's vibrant, it is something that you just have never been in. It's an energy that you have never experienced when it comes to yourself. And I actually feel like you're going to look in this mirror and you're not going to recognize yourself. Literally, you're going to be shocked at the way life has changed for you, the way that you look in this mirror. You know how you hear the manifestation girlies always say, like, I can't believe that my life is like this now. You're going to have one of those moments, but it's going to be more to do with self than manifestation. It will be to do with some sort of manifestation and things that you're going to receive, but it's almost like I'm hearing like a quote, take the cat out the hood, right? I don't know. It's like literally everything that you've known is going to disappear, and it's like you're going to find yourself in a whole new world. I love and appreciate you, Pole 3. I hope that was helpful.